Tonight we have yet another Eurogroup. There's so much pressure from both sides. Time is running out. Who will blink first?
Look, people who think it's all going to go catastrophic, I respect that view, but I don't agree with it. There's only 0.6% of GDP difference in 2015 on the two sides fiscal programme. I think it's fairly clear. SYRIZA will not move, the government of Greece will not move on the pensions. Time is running out, and everybody watching this programme should be very clear that there is a possibility that the 30th of June is a hard deadline. Now, the IMF has another 30 days. If Greece doesn't pay at the end of June, it is not technically in default until the end of July. The ECB amount is massive, and Greece just can't pay it. They would see it as a defeat if there was a rupture, a bank run, which there would be, a default, and then inevitably some kind of election. They would see that as a defeat. So I think the pressure is there. I still think the pressure is there for a deal, but it's going to be a tough deal for Greece, which it already is. Even if SYRIZA signed its own programme, that's a tough deal for Greece.
Yesterday, Mr. Tsipras spoke on the phone with Jean-Claude Juncker. Tell me what you think about their relationship.
It's been fascinating as a journalist to be quite up close as I am to you, with the body language and the interpersonal relationships of this crisis. And I think that's what all this hugging and the tie, that's what that's about. Behind the scenes, the European Union's elite feels very challenged by this. But SYRIZA is an outlier, and the Europeans took a long time to understand it. This is why I'm not so critical of Varoufakis's negotiating style. He had to convince them that they were serious. There would be no kolutumba, no complete surrender. Therefore, I think that it's been a total education for the European elite to negotiate with Marxists. I mean, imagine the sentence is a crazy sentence. The European elite has to negotiate with a Marxist party. That's what it is. Lots of supporters of SYRIZA in America and Britain say, why you call them Marxist? Why you call them radical? Well, because I know them, and they are.
I want to talk a little bit about the role that the United States have in all of this, because we've seen increased involvement, increased pressure. Do you think that they can be effective, and why do you think they care so much?
There's one border between ISIS, the Islamic State, and Thessaloniki. Okay? That's one thing they're scared of. The next thing they're scared of is there's one border between Greece, well, the two borders between Greece and Ukraine. It is madness. It is craziness. If Vladimir Putin is trying to dismember Europe, turn it into a multipolar continent with equal loyalty and equal influence between America and Russia, it is crazy to take the NATO member that spends the most per head on military and force it out of the system. That's what the United States are saying. And I know that they're saying it in a very strong language. The words Omaha Beach are sometimes used by American diplomats to the Germans. We didn't send our boys to Normandy in 1944 so you could push Greece into the Russian camp.